Welcome to the Magic Channel.
So what if the world we live in isn't just a little messed up, but completely upside down? Today, we're gonna journey into a modern ballad that paints exactly that picture. A really powerful and honestly a pretty bleak story of our times. We're gonna break down its themes, its villains, and the one single ray of hope it leaves us with. Right off the bat, this is the hook, the absolute core of the Ballad of the Liars. And wow, does it set a scene. It establishes a world where truth isn't just questioned, it's worthless. Think about that for a second. It's not just that lies exist, it's that they've become the permanent fixtures, while truth is something you can just toss aside. This one idea frames everything that's about to come. Okay, so before we meet the villains of this story, let's take a look around. Let's really explore the landscape they've created. What does this world turned away actually look and feel like? I mean, just look at this. This is a complete inversion of everything we think of as right. The ballad describes a place where being anonymous, being in the shadows, is actually an advantage, where wealth and power are the only things that matter. And it creates this broken system where being honest gets you punished, being wise is a death sentence, and being a fool gets you celebrated. It's a society that's basically at war with itself. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? A world doesn't just fall apart on its own. And the ballad is very, very specific about who the architects of this upside-down reality really are. All right, let's put these architects of decay right under the microscope. The ballad points the finger at two very distinct types of people who are responsible for this whole corrupted world. First up, we've got the rulers, the political class. But notice, the ballad doesn't call them kings of war or kings of state. It calls them kings of deceit. That wording is so deliberate. It tells you their entire kingdom isn't built on justice or strength. It's built on pure manipulation. And their methods? They're just chilling. Poisoned tongues. I mean, that's straight up propaganda and divisive rhetoric, right? But that second line, building thrones on the backs of the young, that imagery is so brutal. It paints this picture of a system that literally crushes the next generation just for the immediate benefit of those in power. So you've got the kings, but they're not alone. The ballad points to another powerful group, the preachers of greed. Now, this could be anyone who holds moral or spiritual authority, but has totally corrupted that trust. And this is hypocrisy on a whole other level. On the outside, they project this image of piety, of grace, using a sacred face like a shield. But behind that mask, the ballad says their true religion is just crime and greed. It's the ultimate betrayal of faith. And this might be their most insidious tactic of all, rewriting history itself. The ballad lays it out like it's a playbook. Step 1, use cunning hands. Subtly manipulate the facts. Step 2, change sacred lands, which means altering the very foundations of a culture. And the final goal? It's not for some greater good. Nope, it's simply to feed your pride. It's all about ego. So we have these powerful figures rewriting the past and poisoning the present. But the ballad forces us to ask a really important question. Who pays the price for all this deception? And this is where we get to the emotional heart of the song. Because behind every single lie, there's a consequence. There's a very real, very human cost. Here is how the liars see themselves. They've built this whole story where they're the heroes, the saints, glowing with some divine light. They started to believe their own hype. And there it is, the devastating truth. The light they give off isn't one of guidance or hope, it's a false light that just consumes and destroys everything it touches. It's such a powerful metaphor for ideas that sound good on the surface but are actually incredibly destructive. This right here boils the entire conflict down to a single, brutal equation. On one side, you have their holy prayer, what they really worship, which is just coins and power. And on the other side, the direct result, chains for the poor. The ballad draws this unbreakable line between the two. One can't exist without the other. After all of this, the corruption, the hypocrisy, the suffering, the ballad leaves us in a really dark place. It seems completely hopeless. So, is that it? Is there any way out of this? Just when things seem their absolute darkest, the ballad refuses to leave us in despair. Instead, it offers this one single, powerful glimmer of hope. And here it is. This is the turning point. Despite everything, the storm, the night, the overwhelming power of the liars, the ballad promises that a single voice of truth will emerge, and its purpose is crystal clear: to tear the mask, to expose the lie for exactly what it is. Now, the really crucial thing here is that this one voice isn't some hero with a sword. It's the very idea of truth itself. It suggests that even when it's buried under mountains of lies, the truth is resilient. It has an inherent power to just crack through the facade. It's a really profound statement of faith in the simple, enduring power of just speaking the truth. And so we're left with this. The ballad promises that a voice of truth will rise, but it leaves us with the most important question of all. In a world so drenched in lies, what does it actually take for that single voice to finally be heard? That's the challenge this ballad leaves for all of us to think about.
Thank you for watching.